Hi, everyone, and welcome to Miss Temple's apartment. Yay! So, today is Interview Tuesday, and I have my friend Mike Berger to talk about lighting design and directing. Can't wait for you to see what he says. Enjoy our interview. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Miss Temple's apartment. Yay! Happy Interview Tuesday. Today, I have somebody super special. He's a camp friend. His name is Mike Berger. Hi, Mike.
Hey Heather, how's it going?
How are you? It's so nice to
Uh,
see you.
it's nice to be seen. How are you?
I'm doing great. Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I am a lighting designer and director. Those are two different titles, even though they sound a little bit the same. The lighting designer is a person who is responsible for the entire picture of lighting of a stage. So whether that's a theater show or something you might see at a theme park or something outdoors or a concert or on television, the designer is the person who has that idea and then puts it together. And the lighting director is a member of the team that is really doing the legwork, kind of putting in the effort to make that idea happen.
Cool. So how did you decide to do this? That you wanted to do this for the rest of your life?
I started doing this when I was in middle school. So when I was very young, I was a mobile DJ. So I DJ'd for birthday parties and weddings and yep, and and camp dances, as you may or may not
Oh, I
remember.
remember.
And I really fell in love with the lighting part of that job. So I moved from there into theater. My school had a really nice theater program, and I started doing the lights for their musicals and plays, and found that I could make a career out of it. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, tell me what it means. Like, what are you using in a theater versus like something at camp you would use? What would you use at camp versus what you would use now?
Sure. So at its most basic level, like as a lighting designer, you're painting with light. That's kind of the best analogy that we've found. That you're looking at like a painter has a palette of paint colors, and we have a palette of lighting colors.
Cool.
And our ability to make something look interesting is based on the color we use and the intensity that we use. So that is how bright something is or how dim something is,
Hmm.
and the angle that it comes from. So not only like how the light looks on a person, but if it's a beam of light, what direction it's coming from and how many of them there are and what shape it makes. So
Cool.
we use all of those tools to create an image on stage that supports what's happening in the play or in the concert or whatever it is that we're lighting.
It's so cool. I never thought about it as like angular and like kind of math oriented. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some math and some science to it, specifically when you get into the how component.
Hmm.
So as a designer, most of the time I get to play with just the art stuff and what it looks like. But
Yeah.
there's a whole other team of people that are responsible for figuring out how the lights plug in and how they are controlled and how they turn on and off correctly at the right times.
Yeah.
And that part of the job has a ton of math components to it.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah. What's your favorite part of lighting design?
ooh, I my favorite part personally is how lighting reacts to music, or how lighting can react to music. So if you have, if you're playing along with a song and you have a bunch of lights that turn on a really big part of the song, those parts to me are the most exciting because they create an emotional response. They make you feel something,
Yeah. That
and that's
as most art
that's what's
does.
cool about the job.
Yeah, I love that. Um, can you show us some work that you've been working on or had worked on?
Absolutely. So I can share a couple projects that I've worked on recently.
Sure.
The first, let's see if this works. Is that up there?
Yep.
Yeah. So the first project is a show on Disney Plus called Encore, and this is a high school musical reunion show of sorts. So they take people that have been doing theater 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, They bring them back to their high school, and in 5 days we put on their musical again, which if you've never done theater before, 5 days is a very small amount of time to put on a show. So we do all of the lighting for the performance and also any of the lighting that happens in the theater space itself. So when you're doing a film shoot, you have to light everything because that's how cameras work. You need to give them light so that they can see things. So we're constantly lighting people in and around the room, but also trying to make that picture on stage. So these first couple ones are from the first episode we did, Annie. This is from Annie, Get Your Gun, which is a different show. We did this one in Florida.
Two different Annies.
Two different Annies. This is Grease, which we did in New Jersey.
Cool. I love Grease.
Grease was a lot of fun. It's a very, very big theater that we were in. And then this is Fiddler on the Roof, which we did it here in LA.
Very
kind
awesome.
of a different set style on that show, which is pretty cool. And then these next couple of pictures are from a birthday party that I did for a gentleman named Tony Robbins, and this was a birthday party and benefit. So he had a charity he was supporting, and we went in and lit this whole event. So you can see the differences between what something more concert driven looks like versus what something, very theatrically looks like.
Yeah. Wow, look how beautiful that is, Mike.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
This was a lot of fun because you really you get to kind of, paint the air in a way that is a little bit more interesting than on stage, like in a traditional theater. So I really like this show. I think it came out nice. I like the angles of it. This is kind of a cool look from it.
Ooh.
You can see how it's very there's a little bit of math and trying to figure out what those angles are and how it all kind of weaves together in an interesting way.
So cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then the last one's from this is the Boston Pops 4th of July show that we do every year.
Yeah, the Boston Pops, friends, is an outdoor arena where they have concerts during the summer, and they're so beautiful. Wow, this is gorgeous.
Thanks.
Love it.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah. So, Mike, I am so thankful that you were able to show us these things. Can I see just us and stop sharing, or is that okay?
Absolutely. Let's see if we do that.
Oh, look at that. Here we are. So, Mike, I want to thank you so much for showing me what you do. Being a lighting designer sounds really cool. Maybe I'll start. I don't know I can. But it sounds like something really fun, and I'm glad that you're doing it, and I'm glad that I was able to talk to you. Is it okay if I have my friends send me questions for you and you can answer them?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's tons of things about the field and this career that are very different. And a lot of people, are not necessarily sure like how you would even get started or what kind of work you can do. I mean, we talked about 3 projects today, but there's tons and tons of different stuff that you can do, all across the world that are very different. So it's certainly a place that you can find a home in.
Yeah, I'm going to have my friends ask you questions and I'll send them your way. And then if you want to answer, you can.
Absolutely. I'd be more than happy.
That's amazing. Mike, I'm going to thank you one more time. Thank you so much for letting me interview you for Interview Tuesdays. And I'll see you soon, okay?
Of course. See you soon. Stay safe.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed my interview with Mike Berger. He's awesome. So if you have any questions for Mike about lighting design or directing, you can send them to me at htemple@schools.nyc.gov and I can direct them to Mike. He would love to hear from you. Can't wait to see what you think. See you later.